Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So I was watching yesterday's episode of Guddan on Zeeworld and they were playing card game and I was waiting for the moment that Guddan would actually expose Dutta. But that did not happen yesterday and in my head I've already concluded. I've not seen it anywhere, but I know Guddan would definitely expose Dutta. So I've been thinking of starting update on this series, but now I think we can start now. So this update is about how Guddan was able to expose Dutta during the card game. Please keep watching. Everyone continued to play the card game. Guddan says there's something about Dutta. I know they are cheating and I have to find out. Uncle Dutta says I'm coming. Guddan comes downstairs. AJ is playing the game. Guddan sees Dutta and his wife doing something with their hands under the table. Guddan thinks that I have to do something. Maybe I should fall. But no, they will suspect me. Guddan comes with a glass of juice and she intentionally sleeps and the juice falls on Dutta. Guddan says let me clean it. She sits down to clean it and she sees the fake cat under the table. AJ says to Dutta that show your cat. Dutta shows his card and says to AJ that your restaurant are mine now. AJ shows his card and he wins the game. Dutta says this cannot happen. Guddan says it can totally happen. Just like you can cheat, then we can also turn the table. Guddan says to everyone that Dutta and his wife has been cheating all this while because there are cats under the table. Guddan says to Dutta that you did not win this time because I took these cats from under the table already. Grandma says this is why we don't invite Dutta to our house. You did the same thing again. You tried to take AJ's hard work. Guddan says I know how to treat people like them. Guddan brings the outie plate and says when someone does good thing, then we give them good ticker. But when someone does something bad, then they are insulted with this black ticker. Guddan applies the black ticker on Dutta's face. Guddan says we are nice people, so we are not blackening your face. Guddan mistakenly falls at the black powder and it falls on Dutta's face. Dutta says to Guddan that you will be paying for this. Guddan says yeah, right? AJ says to Dutta that stay away from my family and get out. Dutta says to AJ that your enemies are within this house, but you don't know. Dutta and his wife leaves from there angrily. Grandma says to the daughter-in-laws that you did not even help Guddan, and Guddan exposed Dutta all by herself. Bushan says to everyone that I am glad that Guddan is learning how to fix things and he is happy. Bushan and Kushala decided to leave. Guddan hugs them and they leave. Guddan says to Grandma that I told you that they cannot beat me. Dutta was cheating from the beginning. Guddan says some people doesn't even say thank you after all this, referring to AJ and the daughter-in-laws. AJ leaves from there without saying anything. Guddan thinks that why did Dutta says that there are enemies in the house and Guddan gets worried. Dutta meets with Saraswati and says we couldn't do anything even after we tried. Saraswati says to Dutta that you ruined the plan and why did you say that there are enemies in the house? Dutta leaves from there in anger, but someone was secretly recording them. Saraswati says to herself that Guddan cannot save you every time AJ. I will take the restaurant from you one day or another. In the room, Lakshmi says my earring is lost. Did Dutta steal it? Saraswati says yeah, maybe Dutta's wife stole it. Let them take it. You look nice anyways. Lakshmi goes to her room. Guddan goes to the balcony. AJ stops her. Guddan asks what is it? Now that I'm going to the balcony, then you have a problem. Guddan looks at AJ and says you want to say thank you, right? Now say it. AJ says to Guddan that you think you saved me, but you are so stupid because you almost sold all of us. AJ says to Guddan that everything started because of you. Guddan says but I, and AJ put his finger on Guddan's lips and says don't say anything. You have done enough. Please don't do anything for us, except that you cannot do anything. Guddan says to AJ that please don't ever say that I cannot do anything again because I can do many things. Guddan says to AJ that you always keep pointing out my mistake, but I can do anything, but you are so bitter that you cannot see my good deeds. AJ says to Guddan that you always says a lot. Guddan says okay, even if I cannot do anything right, but can you do everything right? Guddan pours out the toothpaste on AJ's hand and says go and put the toothpaste back in the tube. When you do it, then come back and tell me that I cannot do anything. AJ looks at Guddan in shock and says, okay, I cannot put the toothpaste back in the tube, but can you pour more paste on my hand? Guddan tries to pour more paste on AJ's hand, but the paste is empty. AJ says to Guddan that you see, you cannot do anything, and he leaves. Saraswati get a video call when she was talking to Dutta. Saraswati is shocked. She says no one was there. Then who made this video and sent it to me? Pav comes there. Saraswati says I was so scared. I thought I was caught. You scared me. Pav says look at your face. You played a very good game. But how did Guddan find out that Dutta was cheating? Pav says to Saraswati that Guddan might find out about your secret as well. Saraswati says no one can know about my secret. Pav picked up the mattress and there was gold and money under it. Saraswati says she stole everything from the family. Pav looks at Saraswati and Saraswati says don't look at me like this. They give each other high five. Guddan comes on her scooter and she put the tube on the floor and rides on it. Guddan falls. AJ comes there and holds her. Guddan says to AJ that you see, the paste is out of the tube. Guddan says this scooter is very helpful and she says to AJ that I did what you asked me to do. Then tell me who can do more now. I can do anything. Never say I cannot. AJ says to Guddan that stop it. You have no sense of responsibility. You are over smart, but you are stupid. You cannot do anything. Durga says what is this scooter doing in the lounge? And she wanted to scold Guddan. But Grandma says to Durga that Guddan is your mother-in-law and she can do anything she wants. Grandma says to Guddan that the world doesn't understand you, Guddan. It is Lakshmi Puja. Win everyone's heart like Kavachot. Guddan says to Grandma that I will show them that I can do anything. Grandma makes prasad. Guddan says, can I eat some? Grandma says no. Wait for the puja. Durga helps Grandma. Durga says to Guddan that you can help me if you want. Guddan is shocked at Durga's sweet behavior. Guddan says to Grandma that see how nicely Durga speaks to me. Durga says in her heart that Guddan should come to the storeroom and I will show you that you are worth nothing. Guddan comes to the storeroom and she faints. Durga sells Guddan to the guy who comes to buy used things in the house. Durga says to the guy that take Guddan away from here and she shouldn't be seen near our house. Saraswati sees Pav and sees these divorce papers in the closet. She goes out and reads them. Pav comes there and says, where did you find the papers from? Saraswati says to Pav that if you divorce your wife, then you won't be able to be seen near this house again, so you cannot divorce her. Pav says to Saraswati that listen to me, I won't divorce Siddhi. These are for my friend. Saraswati says you won't ever do that, right? Pav says no. Grandma says to Durga that where is Guddan? Let her make prasad. Lakshmi says Guddan is nowhere to be found. Grandma says that Guddan cannot go anywhere without telling me. Lakshmi says to Grandma that maybe Guddan went to her parents' place. Grandma says even then, Guddan would have told me. Grandma collides with AJ and the outer plate falls. Grandma gets scared that something bad has happened. The man that Durga sells Guddan to locks Guddan in a room. Bhushan calls AJ and says I cannot call Guddan. Her phone is off. AJ tells Bhushan that maybe Guddan is busy with the work in the house because of the festival. Grandma tells AJ that Guddan is not in the house. AJ also tells Grandma that Guddan is not in her parents' home. So where is she? Grandma and AJ get worried while Durga keeps smiling. Guddan wakes up in the lockup and she asks herself that how was she locked there, and she begins to shout for help. Okay, because I'm beginning to enjoy this series, that is why I decided to give update about it. And because Zeeworld is doing double bill episode for this series, that is, they are showing 2 episodes per day or more, it's gonna put a lot of pressure on me, but I got this. So please continue to expect more episode and more update from me on this channel. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you guys in the next update. Bye guys.